If you have low self-esteem and you want to fix your low self-esteem, you need to shift your frame of thinking. Let me elaborate on that. If you have a best friend, someone you admire, I don't know, John, Samantha, whoever, the person that would, if they were to call you and it's 1 a.m., right? And you're just, oh, that's the homie, I'm answering. Oh, let's go in and out, blah, blah, blah. If you have someone like that in your life, someone that you really appreciate and admire a lot, and you would do anything for them that's within your power, apply that same energy and logic to yourself. That's what I mean. You know, a lot of times I feel like this isn't some like 10 tips things on how to build your self-esteem. This is straight from the heart, and this is straight from experience. I've suffered from, low self-esteem and a lack of confidence in my life. I was born with one hand. I've heard every joke under the sun growing up from kids. I've heard it all. And Nemo, hey Bryson, you need a hand with the dishes. Anything you are currently thinking of or will think of after this video, trust me, I have heard it. Children are the most beautiful, most ruthless, non-filtered creatures we can deal with on this planet. So I know what it's like to be in that place, and I know how to get out of that place. And I think that if we're here to share experiences and like if I have some information, I'm going to share it with you. I think a lot of times when people say, you should work out, go out and meet friends, and all these things are great and you should do them. And I think they're a byproduct of the core issue. Again, like if someone would have told me, Bryce, you need to shift your thinking, who's your best friend? You would do anything for them, right? Apply that to yourself. I would have been like, I never thought of it like that. And that's what I mean when I say shift your thinking. That person that you really love and you'd be there for, think that of yourself. You are a person too, and you are of value. Now, I get it. Somebody may have hurt you. Somebody may have betrayed you. I've been there. I've been betrayed. It is like the worst feeling because the thing about betrayal is it's not from an enemy or someone you don't know. Betrayal is from someone that you love and respect and admire. That's why it hurts. And sometimes you can suffer low self-esteem from that. You can suffer a variety of things from that. Anger, that there's just a lot that comes with that. A lot of times people have low self-esteem. It could be childhood. It starts from your childhood, and they sort of grow up thinking lowly of themselves. And when you're in that place, you should feel that. Like feel that emotion. It's a real emotion, and it sucks, and you should get out of it. And this is how you get out of it. You have to shift your thinking. A lot of the issues that we deal with, that we'll deal with our whole lives start in the mind. They really do. The Bible talks about this a lot too. It's like if you can get your mind right, if you can get you together, if you could be solid in your person, it'll make things that much easier. You won't be so quick to be in your emotions about things. When you really shift your frame of thinking, when you do things to start feeling good, once you shift your thinking, based off what I just told you, your best friend, whoever it is you admire, apply it to yourself. Now we can start doing things that we enjoy. Maybe you wanted to lose weight. Okay, well, why don't you go for a walk? For me, I go for a walk every night at 7. Doesn't matter what I do. And I box. I love to shadow box. I'm so used to doing that now that when I don't do it, I feel weird. It's like my natural high. Maybe you want to start gaining weight. Okay, eat more. Where are you? Find you. What are the things you like? What are your interests? I think the most attractive people, this goes for both men and women, the most attractive people are people who are authentic to themselves. Because they're just them. And they don't have an issue being them. That is attractive. You can become that for you. You'd be your own version of you. You'd be the... Think about what the best version of you looks like and work towards that. And it is going to be a slow process. Understand that. Get comfortable with things being slow. In this culture, especially in American culture, I'm an American. We have this. I don't know why. Everything needs to happen now. I need to go viral now. I need to lose the weight now. I need that new girlfriend, new boyfriend now. I need the new whip now. The reality of the situation is things don't just happen that quickly. And that is okay, because during that process, you will learn a lot of things. You will gain a lot of character, you know. And that's the beauty of it all, you know. This is how you build character. This is how you build your self-esteem, you know. Work towards something. Don't just rest in your depression. Feel it, but don't stay in it. You can't stay in it because it's really dark. And I've been there. I've been in those really dark places where it's like, well, I don't think I really matter. You know, I should just end it, you know, to be honest with you. But no. You got to be a winner. You got to be a winner. You got to switch your frame of thinking, you know. People love the person that they get knocked down and they get back up. That spirit is magnetic. You have that spirit. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. So I know you can switch your frame of thinking, right? You can, that best friend, that person you admire, you can apply that same energy to you, and then you can start to work on yourself, you know, build yourself up. Start to speak positively of yourself, you know. Don't believe what that person told you, you know. Don't believe that. And even if it's true, change, you know. People can change. You have to want to change, so that's the thing. You have to take accountability if you've done something wrong. You know, start to become the person that you really like, you know. Become the person that you admire. Like, you can become that person. You know, you know, people, they have role models in their life and stuff. And they're like, I want to be like that. It's like, well, be you, but like, there's attributes of people that you can apply to yourself. Like, I don't know, maybe you really admire your dad. Maybe there's, you know, things about him you're like, wow, my dad's so cool, blah, blah, blah. You can apply things that are good about him to you. You know, it's like, just start. That's what I do. You know, if there's something I like, I'm like, I should do that. Or I want to learn this. You know, it's like, don't be afraid to experiment and find yourself and just be the best version of yourself. Don't stay in that low self-esteem space. It's not good. And you can get out of it. You can switch and get out of it. Low self-esteem is like, people who have low self-esteem are usually cowards. And it's like, do you really want to be a coward? I don't think anybody wants to be a coward. And nobody has to be a coward. This is just the truth. I'm very big on being optimistic. I think it's great. But I also want to be real here. I think I want to be real. You know, it's like, usually people with low self-esteem are cowards. They don't think much of themselves, so they can't deal with confrontation. They can't deal with they can't deal with the issue. If you're a coward and you can't deal with the issue, we can't grow anymore. It's like, certain things just have to be spoken of, you know, and there's a healthy way of talking about things, you know. It's like, no one wants to be a coward. So that's like a big thing to me. I never really did like cowards, because especially if it's someone you love, it's like, and you're in a relationship with them, it's like, yo, let's talk about this, you know. Healthy people talk about things. Healthy people will be open. Hey, like, what do we need to work on? What's wrong with you? How can we fix this? You know, healthy people try and solve problems. They don't just rest in the problem and leave it. This is why I say you got to switch your frame of thinking. And I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Again, remember, switch your thinking. View yourself as that person, you know, that person who is you love and you'll rock for, or whatever, no matter what. They call you at, you know, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That's the homie. That's my girlfriend, whatever. I'm there. Apply that same logic to yourself. Switch your frame of thinking. And then from there, start to add those other things. Maybe you want it to go back to school. Maybe you want to start exercising. Maybe you want to change your body. Whatever it may be, start doing that. Start speaking positively over yourself. Whatever it is, you know, find you, but shift that thinking. And I'm telling you now, your self-esteem is going to go out the roof. I'm not just saying that. I've gotten to a point in my life right now where I'm so comfortable in my skin. It doesn't matter what anybody says. I have heard it all with this list. It's like this hand, as much as it used to be such an issue when I was a little kid, of course, because I was a child. And I used to think to myself, wow, I'm never going to have a girlfriend, or I'm never going to have that. But as I got older and matured, I started to realize that, for one, women look at more than just that. It's like I start to understand the psychology of women and how, men and women work. So it's like, I realized that this was only a problem if I made it a problem. If I don't make it a problem, it's not a problem. It's like, plus this isn't going to change. This is what, this is the hand that God gave me. So it's like, yeah, okay, this isn't going to change. I got to live my life. I remember exactly the grade that I made my shift in. I was in the 8th grade. I remember I came home after school and I was laying on the couch and I was like, I'm never going to not have one hand, because this used to bother me. And then I remember like I said this within myself. I'm like, so it doesn't matter. I should just be myself and just live my life. Ever since then, I've just been being myself, living my life. I didn't care what people said, thought. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't matter to me. I posted a thread recently because I had heard this guy say this, but it is so true. He said he got so used to ignoring anything that wasn't constructive criticism. So if somebody made a comment about me, and I think I was doing this subconsciously, but I've always done this, but I just never seen it read. If someone makes comments about you and they aren't to help you, then ignore them. It's like if somebody says something about you and you're like, you know what? That's right. I could work on that. Okay, then listen to that. But if it's some BS, like they just want to say things like, okay, that's nothing. You start looking at things like that. If this can't help you, then pay it no mind. But if it could help you, pay attention to that. Maybe that person's right. Maybe I should work on that, or take note of that. You got to start thinking like this. This will only benefit you. It'll only benefit you. But I want to say, I've been, and I just really want to start being a bit more vulnerable on this channel, really having these real conversations, because I think people need this and it's important that they hear this. Man, on the topic of betrayal, I have been betrayed by so many people. I'm going to tie this in with self-esteem and all that. Like 6, 7 people that, I've trusted, loved. I'm talking about people that say they love me and I'm family and they're going to be there for me. Even people, oh, we're going to get married and all this stuff. And when I went on my walk today, I was just thinking about this and I was like, I couldn't call any of these people right now if I wanted to. If I were to pick up my phone, call them, text them, I wouldn't get an answer and I'd get forwarded. And I think that is the most trippiest thing, especially since these are people that you've known for years. Your family knows them, vice versa. You've went out your way for them. And then they're just not even there for whatever reason. I've dealt with so many fake people that it is, and it's sad because I'm so authentic and I've been so real and open. And I think I learned that was my issue. I've been learning things from just living, being alive. A lot of my stuff I just experienced first. Like, I'm not going to give you some 10 tips on how to build your self-esteem or anything. This is real. This is something that I've experienced and stuff like that. And that stuff does hurt, when people that you value, they, for whatever reason, just throw you to the side and they don't even tell you why. And if you've known these people for years, it can damage your self-esteem. But again, remember, self-respect, view yourself as, okay, that's how they feel. I'm gonna live my life. I'm not gonna allow myself to be disrespected. I don't think that lowly of myself. If you don't want to talk to me or deal with me, then we're not gonna talk anymore. Simple as that. My life is gonna go on, and eventually I'll meet friends and people that do value me, and the love and respect is mutual. You have to start thinking like this. You have to start thinking like this. And again, I know that you will. I believe that you will. So yeah, I would say if you will take anything from this video, again, remember what I'm saying. to increase to the beginning, the process of increasing your self-esteem is switching your thinking. And that person that you love, that you are down for, that you will do anything for, apply that same energy and logic and spirit to yourself. Start there and then go from there. I'll see you guys next time.